Well, it happened. David Dobrik has returned to vlogging on his main channel, and we have a lot to unpack with his return. It's a mess, so let's get into it. It's safe to say these last 5 years probably haven't been the best if you're a David Dobrik fan. While I do think being a David Dobrik fan in 2025 is a little bit embarrassing, they are out there and they've been missing David's vlogs. David first took his break 5 years ago when that whole Insider article came out, and then he came back for a bit, but it was short-lived. Once the situation with Jeff came to light, that's when things really started to take a turn for the worst for David. As much as he tried to contain that by manipulating the narrative either through being a backseat driver in Jeff's first documentary or putting the blame on Jeff in Casey Neistat's documentary, the truth eventually came out. David was missing payments for Jeff's medical bills, he was messing up Jeff's credit, and Jeff found out he was also trying to shift the blame onto him and make him look like the idiot that got himself hurt. Jeff finally had enough and he cut ties with David and eventually filed a lawsuit against both David and Dirt Gear Co., which led to David's disappearance from YouTube. David has been making his living over on Snapchat for these past few years. He's been using his girlfriends as clickbait for views and then taking that money that he makes on Snap to pay his attorneys to keep stringing Jeff's lawsuit along. It's been years now and we still don't have any real updates on what's going on with the lawsuit, but I think Jeff knew going into it that it was going to be a long process. Jeff is still getting surgeries to this day and dealing with really difficult side effects because of David's actions that day. 6 months ago, David did return to YouTube to test the waters. He posted a fitness transformation video that he did with his friend Ilya, but he made it clear this wasn't going to be him returning to YouTube full time. Now, he did decide to come back to his podcast and give Jason Nash a job again so he could stop begging for galaxies on TikTok, but no plans for a full YouTube return.
Podcast was at the top of my list, and there was only one man who missed it more than me. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it again. There's no way. There's no way. You're like a really sad news anchor. Sometimes we can all use a small helping hand.
That all changed this week when David posted a video titled Her Dream Surprise Vacation. He opened the video with an intro of his friend talking about how David didn't want to come back and make bad content because his content before his break was so good and it felt like this pressure he had to live up to.
You said you're like, oh, Vardon, I don't want to do the vlogs anymore because the vlogs were so good. I don't want to come back and make a bad vlog. But David, you got to at least try. It's like now this is a new era, bro. Do you not see it?
No, I'm seeing it.
This is like the season 2. This is season 2 of David Dobrik's vlogs.
So I guess that means David is fully back now for a season 2. He also pinned a comment that says, new vlogs every other week. And also, the weeks there isn't a vlog, I will be posting on my second channel, so go subscribe there. And you just know Jason Nash is so happy to be fully employed again. Not to be mean, but you could see the hopelessness in Jason's eyes when he was on TikTok begging for galaxies.
Come on, guys. Gotta get something bigger than that. We need a dyno. Jason's gonna spend TikTok money on cigarettes.
I mean, sure, you could say a job is a job, but at least do something. Sitting on live screaming, hoping people send you gifts is just glorified panhandling. I feel like there were so many paths and options Jason could have gone down before embarrassing himself, but choices were made, and maybe that's Jason's karma for sticking by David after Jeff's accident. Well, now that I've watched this new vlog from David, I'm thinking Jason may have been better off being left to do his battles because what this man did in this vlog is absolutely sickening. Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up even thinking about it. There's this clip where they're all on this bus together traveling and Zayn needs to go pee, so he pees in a bottle. David then dares Jason to drink Zayn's pee for $10,000, and you guys can probably guess what happens next. Jason drinks Zayn's pee. Yeah. I don't think I've ever physically gagged watching a YouTube video before. Downed the whole bottle, got some on his wife's hair. Just so wrong. I honestly feel sick even talking about it. This is a man with kids that are actually in this video, and he's okay acting like a frat guy for $10,000. Like, I know $10,000 is a lot of money, but I feel like for Jason, that could have been like maybe a SeatGeek sponsorship or anything other than drinking someone else's pee. I guess the TikTok era was rougher than we ever even imagined. The rest of the vlog is just them traveling, partying, and then at the end, David surprises Jason's daughter and her friends with the cast of Love Island.
TV show.
Wait,
Really? Yeah. What's like a TV show that people watch?
Love Island.
Would you guys consider yourselves Love Island experts?
Yeah. Like this season's kind of messy, so everyone's like comparing it to last season, and like everyone's kind of like on TikTok. Everyone's like season 6 was prime, and like
Last season was better?
yeah.
I think the most shocking part about David's return is just how positive the comments are. Given, I guess he could have heavy filters on his comments and have Natalie in a closet somewhere monitoring them and deleting anything negative, but all the top comments are about how happy they are that David is back and how excited people are for his future content. One comment said, "Please never stop posting. Look at these comments. So good to see people coming together. Thank you, David." Another person said, "I forgot how fun these vlogs are. I had a smile on my face the entire time." And that's great for them, but the whole time I was watching David's vlog, all I could think about was Jeff. I mean, how infuriating would it be to see the guy who caused you a lifelong injury that still affects you to this day, still getting surgeries to this day, come back to the platform that you used to all post on together? Seeing the friend group that you were once so close with still sticking by David because he's their paycheck, even though they know what David did was wrong. I know everyone's life moves on, but it's the fact that David couldn't even do right by Jeff, his once really good friend, and is now dragging this lawsuit out knowing that he's the one at fault is so wrong. I mean, there was a time where I loved to watch David's vlogs when I was like 17, 18, but now watching them and knowing what we know, it just doesn't feel the same, and I feel like there are a lot of people who still feel that way. We all have to remember, Jeff wasn't just some random employee. He was David's good friend for a really long time there. They were always together, filming together, in the vlogs together, traveling together, being in the same friend group together. I mean, they were pretty much like a family. How can you even deal with the guilt of knowing you nearly took your friend's life for content and are still making their life more difficult than it needs to be by not doing what's right? If David had said, "Look, this is a wake-up call. I'm so sorry. It was all my fault. I'll do whatever you need financially with your medical bills," the outcome would have been so much different. I think it's safe to say that David clearly cares more about his public reputation and wanted to blame the whole thing on Jeff to save himself. That is why David is in the situation he's in. As for Jeff, so far he hasn't commented on David's return, and probably for the best. He just moved to New York, he's back to posting more consistently after needing a break for a little bit, he's healing from yet another surgery. Hopefully he just focuses on his new content that he's going to be doing now that he's in New York and out of that LA influencer bubble, and hopefully he gets the outcome he deserves legally. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.